Good morning, Year 5. This Monday we are going to be starting the week off with a magpie and research lesson, and that is because we are going to be writing a non-chronological report based on one of the characters from The Wizard of Oz, but based on their real life form, and we will be writing about a lion. Okay, so first off, I want us to think about what is a non-chronological text or a non-chronological report. What does it do? What do we know about it? Anything like that. Just bullet point a few notes of what you think a non-chronological text is. So hopefully you found out that it contains facts. Hopefully you said that it can go in any order. So we know chronological, it means it goes in a logical, often time order. But if it's a non-chronological report, it doesn't matter about that. You might have said that it's a formal piece of writing. You might have said that it's written in the third person. It's written in present tense. Okay. You might have told me it has headings, subheadings to tell us what each paragraph is about. Okay. And you possibly could have got more. Okay. So let's have a look at our waggle. You are going to need this for one of your tasks today. So this says cyclones. So the waggle is based on cyclones. Have you ever wondered what happens when the Earth gets angry? In this report, you will discover fascinating facts all about cyclones and how they cause destruction in many countries around the world. What is a cyclone? A cyclone is a violent rotating column of air extending from a thunderstorm to the ground. The most violent cyclones are capable of tremendous destruction with wind speeds of up to 300 miles per hour. They can destroy large buildings, uproot trees, and hurl vehicles hundreds of yards. They can also drive straw into trees. Damaged paths can be in excess of 1 mile wide to 50 miles long. In an average year, 1,000 cyclones are reported nationwide across the United States. How do cyclones form? Most cyclones form from thunderstorms. You need warm, moist air from the Gulf of Mexico and cool, dry air from Canada. When these two air masses meet, they create instability in the atmosphere. A change in wind direction and an increase in speed with increasing height creates an invisible horizontal spinning effect in the lower atmosphere. Rising air within the updraft tilts the rotating air from horizontal to vertical, with an area of rotation from 2 to 6 miles wide. Now extends through much of the storm. Most strong violent cyclones form within an area of strong rotation. What do cyclones look like? Cyclones can appear as a traditional funnel shape or as a slender rope-like form. Some have a churning, smoky look to them, and others contain multiple vortices, which are small individual cyclones rotating around the common center. Others may be nearly invisible, with only swirling dust or debris at ground level as the only indication of the cyclone's presence. Did you know cyclones can occur at any time of the year? 69% of all cyclones are labeled weak cyclones, meaning they have a lifetime of 1 to 10 minutes plus, with wind speeds less than 110 miles per hour. 2% of all cyclones are labeled violent cyclones and can last over an hour. The Pearson scale, the FPP scale, is a scale for rating cyclone intensity. Okay, so that is our waggle. So you might be thinking, Miss Williams, how can I magpie from this waggle? Well, I was thinking about, I want you to look at the vocabulary. So there is some vocabulary in there that you could relate to lines, such as tremendous, hurl, violent. Okay, there are lots of things that you could magpie from there. So your first task is task 1, and you want you to magpie and waggle features. So by that I mean, can you go and see any features that you think you might want to use in yours? So obviously you're going to include headings and you're going to include subheadings. But is there anything else? Think about the statistics. Could you lay your statistics out in the same way that they have? Could you describe the lion in the same way they have, maybe? Okay, think about their sentence structure. Could you do that? They've got a bullet point list, haven't they? for quick facts, so you might want to use that too. So that's what I mean by magpie and waggle features. And then waggle vocabulary, we know exactly how to do this. We are going to go and pick the vocabulary that we think is most useful for us. Okay, and then your next task, your task 2, is your research task. Okay, so you will see I've got heading, 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 heading. That's because you are going to choose your own headings. So I want you to turn your page, in fact you can do it portrait, so you'll split your page into 4 if you can with a ruler. If not, you can just list them underneath each other. So for example, you might list diet. One of your headings might be diet. One of them might be appearance. One of them might be habitat. Okay, and so on. So you can pick them. A did you know one would be separate to these 4. Okay, so a did you know, if you want to do one of those, it will be separate to the 4 headings here. And then you are going to research your facts. You are going to just bullet point them. You don't need to write them in full sentences yet. We are not writing our non-chronological report today. We are simply just researching, so you can bullet point your facts and make sure they're in the appropriate headings. The more work you do on this, the easier it will be when you come to write your non-chronological report, because you will have everything in the boxes that you need.